of the Goodwin E-Racing Spring Series 2025. Today we come to you from Alsace Village, which is a Gran Turismo 7 track based in Alsace, is a little village in France. So we've done the usual of one lap shootout qualifying. So we see Dan on pole position with his BMW, Manos in second with his Nissan GTR, Matt in third with his Mercedes AMG, Richie fourth in Mercedes AMG, George fifth in his Ferrari, Zoe sixth in another Mercedes, Pickles 7 in a Porsche, Captain Slow in a Mercedes. Then in 9th we have Sean in his Audi. 10th we have another Sean in another Audi. 11th we have Esky Boy in a Porsche. 12th we have AK in a Mercedes. 13th we have Fee in a Porsche. 14th we have GERC Mingy in a Mercedes, and in 15th we have Adam in a Mercedes. So let's get this race underway and see how things develop. So this is one of the tracks where it remains dry on, so each driver will have to use each of the 3 compound of slick tyres, so that's soft, medium and hard. The way we go with Dan leading, Manos there in second, Matt third, Richie fourth, George fifth, Zoe sixth, Pickles 7 and Captain Slow in 8th. Dan's made a clear getaway, so it looks like there's some battling going on behind. So you've got Manos, Matt, Richie, George and Zoe, all pretty close to one another. So we're probably going to have a various cars starting on various different compounds. So let's go through those and have a look and see how things develop. So we've got Dan there on medium. Manos is also Manos is on the hard. Matt is on the medium. Richie is on the hard, George is on the hard, Zoe's gone for the soft, Pickles has gone for hard as well, Sean has gone for the softs, second Sean has gone for mediums, Esky Boy has gone for mediums, Captain Slow's gone for hard, AK's gone for soft, Mingy has gone for medium, Adam for soft, and Fee has gone for hards. So remember, those that are starting on hards will initially be slower, but it should in theory come back to them as they switch to mediums and hard. So Dan looks like he's made a bit of a breakaway on this first lap. So he looks like he's in a class of 1 already, but don't forget he's on the mediums and Manos, who's chasing him, is on the hard. So we've got Matt on the mediums and Richie on the hard. So this will be interesting to see how it all pans out. And then we've got Zoe there running in 5th, got past George. He's on the soft, George is on hard. So this will be interesting to see how it pans out. So Matt running in 3rd there. Manos running in 2nd, and then Dan all on his own up front. So through this long sweepy banked right hand bend down past the karting pits for the short circuit, and then up to a tight right-hander just here. then a sharp left-hander which actually goes uphill. So let's jump on board and see what it looks like from Dan's point of view. So through this sweepy left, lots of fast sweepy corners. It's a bit of an awkward track to get a car set up for. Down into a tight right, pop over a crest, then another long left-hander. Seems to be a characteristic. This track seems to be made up very much of two halves. So you've got this fast flowing first section and this tight twisty section on the way back to the start finish straight, and there's no real long straights here, so you can't really stretch the legs of the car. Down through this left-hander, Matt's popped up to second there, looking at the totem on the left. Manos down to third, Richie in fourth. See how steeply banked this corner is? Past the karting pits. This is a tricky braking zone because you're turning left and trying to brake for this right-hander. So uphill left-hander. Up over the crest. Drop down to a tight right-left. And there we are across the start finish line in a 150.3. So Dan up to now, I was just going to say Dan up to now has just got the fastest lap, but that looks like it's just been taken by Matt, so he's back there in his Mercedes AMG. Mercedes has got a lovely sounding engine in it, as you can hear. So we've dropped back to Richie and Manos, there we go, and Zoe's on their tail. So we're quite close for third, fourth, and fifth. So tyre wear was quite high around this track, and it will be interesting to see what people do with tyres and what strategy they come out with. Manos there running it in fourth, so we're just behind him. So you can see from Zoe's tyre wear, pretty heavy already after 4 laps. So we're probably only looking at maybe 5-6 laps on soft tyres. There's a bit of a gap behind Zoe already. Back to George. George is on the hard tyres. Pickles running 7th. Sean just behind him in 8th. Oh, looks like we've got quite a scrap going on here for 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. So we've got Esky Boy at the head of the group, and Sean, Mingy and Captain Slow all scrapping for 9, 10, 11 and 12th spot. So it's quite a tight track here and quite difficult to pass cleanly. Trying to find a space. Looks like, oh, brilliant move there by Captain Slow, straight through the middle of a pair of them. Fantastic move there. So can he get his head down and get after Esky Boy, or will GERC Sean try and get back past him? Let's see, let's have a... In fact, Sean's already got back past him. Oh, another nice move there from Captain Slow. Just diving up the inside, cuts him off nicely for this right-hander. Nice and tight, nicely done. Nicely done. So now he's after Esky Boy. See if he can catch him. So, as you can see from, it's quite a tight little track. Zoe's already gone into the pits on those soft tyres, so they're 5 laps by looks of things on those, and just come back out just in front of Esky Boy. So Zoe back out in 8th after having made the first stop of the race after about just under 10 minutes. And it looks like Sean and Captain Slow are having a really good fight here. Let's jump on board with Captain Slow and see what it looks like from inside. So that's his forward view and that's his back view. So he's got one in front, one behind, and Sean off to the right hand side there. Has he got past him? Not quite. So Sean cuts back across to the left to take this sweepy right hander. This is where Captain Slow got past him last time, looking to do the same again, but just backed out of it. So let's have a look and see who else is doing what, shall we? So yes, we've got these 5 really, really close together. Now, so we've got Zoe at the head of the queue in 8th, Esky Boy in 9, Sean in 10, Captain Slow 11, and Mingy there in 12th. So these 5 are really close together. So we've got 3 Mercedes, 1 Audi, 1 Porsche in this fight. And Sean looks like he might just be diving off into the pit lane. Yep, there we go. So he's on the soft tyre. So he's got 6 laps out of his softs. So AK in the pits as well, in the Mercedes. Sean's just gone back out on hards. There we go, AK out the pits. Sean just up the road there in 12th, just ahead of him. There's Fee running in 14th and Adam in 15th. So Danny's quite happily on his way. No one to trouble him. Sets the fastest lap of the race last time round on a 1:49.734. Matt still running in 2nd in the Mercedes. Manos in 3rd in the Nissan GTRs, pulled away from Richie in 4th in another Mercedes. George now 5th in the Ferrari. Pickle 6th in the Porsche. Sean 7th in the Audi R8. And then we drop back to the battle between Zoe in 8th, Captain Slow in 9th, Esky Boys dropped down to 10th, me 11, and Sean's a little bit off now because he's made a stop. He's come out on the hard tyres to get his hard tyre stint out of the way. So he's done his soft, he's on his hards. So let's see what did Zoe go for. Zoe went for the hard tyres as well. So that's softs and hards done for Zoe. Looks like she's actually edging away a bit from catching the battle behind with Captain Slow and Esky Boy. And just see them there. Let's drop back. Let's have a look. So this is the closest battle on the track by looks of things at the moment. Everybody else is pretty well spread out. So this is probably going to be a race of strategy and trying to position yourself, because it's so difficult to overtake. So Captain Slow there looks like he's just starting to edge away a bit from the cars behind him. So Sean running there in 12th. AK in 13th. Adams jumped up to 14th. You've got ahead of Fee, who's running 15th. So let's go to the top. Dan just come on lap 9 currently. Still got the fastest lap of the race with that 49.7. Got about a quarter of a tank of fuel. So second, third and fourth, well in fact the top 4 are a bit spread out. Top 5 there is George, just dropping back a bit from Richie, just going past the short pits now. Sean there running in 6th with Pickles behind. Zoe has made a pit stop and looks like she's closing back in on Pickles. So it looks like a good strategy from Zoe in this early stage to go from the softs and hards. Matt's gone into the pits. See what Matt does with tyres and fuel. Gone out on softs with 74 litres of fuel in the tank. So quite a short stint for Matt on this one. Still managed to get out ahead of George in the Ferrari, so pit stop ahead, which is always a nice position to be in. Pickles there is 6. Yeah, Zoe's definitely, and yeah, Pickles is on the hard and Zoe's pitted and has come out, so it looks like a great strategic move there from Zoe. So when Pickles pits, Zoe will jump ahead of Pickles by virtually a complete pit stop, which is good. So Dan's still leading quite comfortably. Tyres are not long for this world, and fuel possibly maybe one lap left in it after the end of this one. Manuel's running 2nd, so Dan's got a decent lead, healthy lead. Oh, Manuel's just getting a bit twitchy. and just spun, just caught him out. Richie's just taken the second. Matt's there running in fourth, but he's stopped and is now on the soft tyre. And just managed to nip past Manos there for third. Manos running in fourth. So yellow flag. Somebody's just spun going. Looks like they've spun, just trying to go into the pit lane. Manos is in to get rid of those hard tyres, as is Richie. Oh, they're all coming in now. So is George. So lap 11 looks like it's the one. So there we go. We've got Richie. He's out. What's he on? He's gone to medium for the full tank. We've got George and Manos in the pits as well. Manos is out. What tyres has Manos gone for? He's gone for the mediums. George is on his way as well. He's gone for the medium. So hard and medium. So again, slight different strategy. Dan's going a lap longer by looks of things. So they all pitted on 10. Dan looking to go to 11 potentially. Let's go and see how Dan's fuel is. Yep, so Dan will be in this lap. So Dan going to 11 laps. So it look, and Dan's the only one using the BMW as well. So that's an interesting pick of cars. And Dan seems to have made this BMW work. He's used it all season, and he's really making it work. Will he be in? Is that left front tyres taking the work? Yep, Dan's in the pits. See what Dan does with tyres and fuel. And he stops. Tyres off, new tyres on. Fuel going in. So he was on the medium tyre. See what he goes to. And looks like he's back out on another set of mediums. But whilst he was there, Matt is on the softs and has nipped through. So Matt's been obviously setting some decent lap times. And in fact, just actually taken the fastest lap of the race on that previous lap at a 1:48.983. Pickles is now in the pits at the end of what would be lap 11 for Pickles. You can see the fuel going in on the left-hand side on the totem. Watch to see what tyres he potentially comes out on. Going for a full tank. Not sure what tyres he's come back out on. But Zoe will have now jumped up. So Zoe's back up into 5th. So pretty close to Manos, but Manos is on the medium tyre. So I would expect to see Manos start slowly edging away from Zoe, who's had a brilliant first 20 odd minutes of the race and is well up there. George running in 6th on medium tyre, so I would expect George to maybe start closing in now on Zoe. So Zoe's gone soft to hard. George went from hard to medium, and slightly further on fuel as you would expect, because the soft tyres will wear quicker than the fuel depletes. So we'll see how this all pans out towards the end of the race. So yep, Zoe running 5th, Manos 4, Richie there in 3rd in Mercedes, Dan 2nd, and Matt there leading the way in 1st. Let's go and see what others are doing. So we've got Fee running in 15th. She stopped, gone from hards to mediums. Adam is still on his mediums. I'm not sure if Adam's stopped or not, but he's running in 14th. He's got almost a lap by looks of things over Fee. Yeah, Fee's on lap 11, Adam's on lap 12. Sean has got decent lead over Adam. Just coming down to the final section, and he's running on mediums, so he stopped as well. AK running in 11th, Esky Boy in 10th. Sure, pretty much everybody stops. Yeah, Captain Slow on mediums. Sean in 8th. So Captain Slow's closed down on Sean. He's established himself in the battle for 8th and 9th. Sean's on the hard tyres and Captain Slow's on the medium, so I would expect Captain Slow to catch and pass. Around that long sweepy right-hander down past the pits for the short circuit here, and yep, Captain Slow up the inside on the mediums, like taking candy from a baby there. Just the difference in tyres. Through this sharp left-hander that goes 90 left, it goes uphill as well. Oh, and Captain Slow's lost it. So Sean goes back up to 8th. Can Captain Slow recover? Yeah, he can. Just gets going again ahead of Esky Boy. Or will Esky get him down? Yeah. So unfortunately that dropped Captain Slow from 8th to 10th. And then we've got another battle going on here for 11, 12 and 13. Another 3 cars really close together. AK looks like he's got damage, so he's been off somewhere and dives into the pits. Within GERC we use weak damage, so the car will sustain damage but it will self-repair after about 30 seconds, but AK's obviously taken the chance to dive into the pits as well, which will also eat the time to the damage. That doesn't stop, so he now leaves the pits with a fully repaired car. Adam's still running in 14th and Fee in 15. So Matt is leading the way on the soft tyres, but it's going to come in. Look at that left front tyre. That's seen better day. So that's the soft stint for Matt. See what he does with tyres. Okay, so he's gone for another short stint, come out in 2nd, ahead of Richie there in 3rd. So Matt still currently with the fastest lap of the race, 1:48.452. I'm sure that will go by the end of the race. Zoe's now come in at the end of lap 15 with the hard tyres. Damaged the front bumper as well, so I had a little nudge somewhere. So the time will tick away at that 30 seconds for the repair as well. So leaves the pits, car's repaired, and out on a set of mediums. So dropped down to 8th behind Sean. Captain Slow's got himself back up to 9th after that little mistake. Esky running in 10th. Ming running in 11, Sean in 12, so good little scrap between these two. AK running in 13th but has recently made a stop, so that gap will close once the other two make a stop. Adam 14th, just being lapped there by Manos in 4th. And Fee in 15th, just behind the leader Dan. So Dan's looking really comfy at the moment. So there we are with Dan. So Matt's second, Matt's just come up to hairpin. So Dan's got, just going through that left hand, so Dan's got a decent lead. Richie running in third on the medium tyres, about half a tank of fuel. So lots of glitching going on with Richie by looks of things, and lagging. It's Manos. Don't quite know why the replay's not put Manos in his proper livery, but he wasn't running that, that's for certain. He was running Nissan, but it wasn't in that livery. George running in fourth in the Ferrari. Pickles in sixth there in the Porsche. Just set his fastest sector of the race there, 0.1 up on his previous best. In his Pickles there, 6 in his blue coral Porsche. Oh, we've got a battle going on for 7th and 8th. Sean, we know, is on the hard, and Zoe is on the medium tyre, so I would expect Zoe to nip past Sean. Sean's got just over a quarter of a tank. Zoe's pitted recently, she's got 3/4 of a tank, so we can see the strategy now and how it's starting to unfold. Half an hour into the race, Zoe's stopped twice, Sean's just stopped the once. So Zoe basically is a pit stop ahead of Sean. But unfortunately, Sean being stuck behind Sean, not that he's doing anything wrong, is actually costing Zoe time there. We saw as she crossed the line, she was 3 seconds slower on that particular lap than her fastest lap. So needs to find a way past Sean as soon as possible, really, because it's affecting her overall race. So Captain Slow there on the mediums, probably going to need to stop fairly soon. Got a quarter of a tank of fuel. In fact, I think Zoe was, yep, here we go. Is that Zoe getting past Sean? Yes, it is. So Zoe's made her way past, so it's cost her 3 seconds on one lap, so maybe cost her a little bit of time on this lap, but hopefully not too much, and she can make progress back up through the field. She was running in 4th and 5th earlier in the race. So Jules there in Ferrari in the 458. Manos in 4th in the Nissan. Matt in 3rd in the Mercedes AMG. Just behind Richie now, who's into 2nd place. So 2nd, 3rd and 4th look fairly close. 2nd there with Richie, 3rd there with Matt. Manos just comes into the bottom of the shot just as it cuts away there. So 2, 3 and 4, and Dan's playing the hide and seek game. He's just going to go and hide from everybody and find them when he comes around to lap them. So no one challenging Dan. He's all on his own. Can do what he wants really. Pick his line. No one behind challenging him. It's a nice smooth drive from Dan. Quite frankly, Dan's is dominating this GR3 race round Alsace village. So he's coming up to tight right, whilst Richie and Matt are just coming through this uphill straight through this sweepy left. Oh, Matt's gone down the inside of Richie there. Can he hold it? Richie's coming back at him through the left, side by side through the left-hander. And then Richie's managed to go around the outside, and the next one's a right-hander, so Richie will take that. Matt looking back up the inside, can't do it. So Richie's back into second place. That's a good little scrap for a couple of corners. So Manos is on medium tyres, so his front left there is pretty well worn. So possibly Manos into the pits this lap, maybe in the next one. So Matt's gone into the pits, so Manos will go in next time around. George there running in 5th. So Matt gets out the pits in front of George. Pickle's still running in 6th. Zoe's worked her way back up to 7th now, which is great on the medium tyres. Pickles on, so Pickles is going to be in fed. He's got a quarter of a tank, Zoe's got half a tank, so I'd imagine when Pickles stops, Zoe will jump back ahead of him. Sean now managed to get himself up into 8th place. Captain Slow in 9th. Sean running in 10th, but looks like he's recently stopped, come back out on medium tyres. Ming is 11th, AK 12, and Eski in 13th. So there's a nice little scrap going on for these 3 places. So Richie's just come into the pits, you can see on the totem there, as has Manos. Richie's got a little bit more fuel in his car than Manos. So let's go and see what they do fuel wise and tyre wise. So Richie taking full tank of fuel. And out on another set of mediums, just in front of Manos. Look at that. Look at that, how close they are. What's Manos on? And Manos has gone for the soft tyre. So I'd imagine Manos will get past Richie pretty quickly here. And Manos has just gone for over just after half a tank of fuel. So yeah. Just down the inside of Richie. Richie hanging on. Richie's on the mediums. Dan hasn't made his second stop yet, so Dan's got a huge lead over Matt. So we'll keep an eye on. In fact, you can just see Matt just ahead of these two. So Manos just sneaking down the inside of Richie there. Oh, Richie's got him back. So these two are having a great race. So they've just come out of the pit. So Richie's there on a full tank of fuel and mediums, and Manos is on half a tank and soft. So Richie's doing really, really well to keep Manos behind him up to now. But I would expect Manos to jump ahead of Richie pretty quickly, being on those soft tyres. And also expect Manos to take the fastest lap of the race as well, because he's a quick driver. So talking to the fastest lap of the race, we can still see it's lowered by looks of things. So Matt's done a 1:48.017. So I'd expect to see Manos certainly get down into the 47s. So it's quite difficult to actually follow a car. Unfortunately, as you can see from watching this, Richie's got a bit of glitching or lagging going on there, which is very unusual for Richie. He's normally doesn't have any issues like that, so I don't quite know why it's doing that here. But as you can see, Manos has got past him, so you're never quite sure where someone else's car is when they're glitching like this. You can try and go past them, and all of a sudden they'll jump into your car, and you think, well, where have they come from? But yeah, we're normally pretty good with the GERC lobbies. Everybody's normally doesn't have any glitching or lagging issues like this, so it's quite unusual to see it, particularly from Richie. He normally has a really, really good internet connection there. So Manos has now jumped himself up into third place on soft tyres. So I wouldn't expect to see the fastest lap go on this race, on this particular lap, because he's obviously spent time getting past Richie. But having said that, he's 0.2 of a second inside it. So down there, as you can see on the totem on the left, has just come in at lap 22 for his second stop from his medium tyres. So we'll just stay with Manos and see if he pinches the fastest lap, and then we'll go and see what tyres Dan has chosen to go on into this third stint. Possibly mediums by looks of things. Yeah, possibly mediums. So Manos across the line. Will he take fastest lap? Yep, he does. There we go. A 1:47.494. So let's go and see what Dan has done. And Dan's gone onto the soft. So yeah, interesting. Dan and Manos switching to soft tyres for this third stint, so they're going to have to they will make another pit stop. There's 19 and a bit minutes left, so those soft tyres won't get to the end of the race from here. Dan's gone for a full tank where Manos went for half a tank. So yeah, Adam's just fallen off the track, making way for the leader. Matt running in second in the Mercedes, Manos third in the Nissan, Richie fourth in the Mercedes, George running fifth in the Ferrari. He's gone for the soft tyres as well. Zoe running in sixth in the Mercedes, probably going to be in for the next couple of laps for a pit stop. So we'll see how that works out for Zoe. Just a little way behind George. Pickles there in seventh, has dropped behind Zoe. Half a tank of fuel on the soft, so Pickles will be stopping again because they won't get to the soft tyres, won't get to the end. Looking a rather attractive blue coral Porsche, which I believe took part in the British GT Championship quite a few years ago. So a real livery on that Porsche. Captain Slow there, running in 8th. The two Seans running together in 9th and 10th, both in Audi R8s, but with quite different liveries on them. AK running 11 on medium tyres. Left front tyre doesn't look like it's got a lot of life left in it yet, and probably a couple of laps left of fuel. Ming is 12th with Eski just behind him here. So Ming is on a set of hards with just over half a tank of fuel there. Eski half a tank on hard as well. So these two could be in for a good scrap during this stint. So we'll keep an eye on that. Adam's running 14th. This is Adam's first race with us within GERC. And he's doing a fine job. It's not easy when you've got these faster guys coming up. Adam's trying to take out the polystyrene track markers there as George comes past. So unfortunately a little bit of a spin there for Adam, but overall doing a good job of keeping going. Fee running in 15th. We've got Ming and Eski Boy coming up. So Fee just very kindly moving to one side and letting them pass. And I think that's AK there as well. So, and then Dan coming up to lap all of them as well. So Manos has done his short stint on soft by looks of things. So Fee very kindly making way and letting them all the faster guys pass. So Manos, let's have a look. So we know he's going to probably come off the soft tyres. 15 minutes to go. What's he gone for? He's gone for a set of mediums. So it should carry him to the end of the race. Just out in front of George, who's still running on soft. Pickles there running in 6th. Zoe's dropped behind, made a stop, so Zoe's probably good to the end of the race now. So hopefully we'll leapfrog and get back ahead of Pickles. Captain Slow there in 8th, gonna have to stop again before the end of the race. Two Seans here running 9th and 10th. Let's just pop on. So round turn 1, up the hill, dips here slightly through the fast sweepy left. Brake hard for this right-hander, slow it down, tuck it in. Can't see this exit curve here on the left until you're on top of it. Through another sweepy left-hander. Up to a tight right. See if we can see the other Sean in his rear view mirror there. Yeah, just about. Through this fast dippy right kink there. Another longish left. And then we're coming up very short straight. There's very fastish banked right hand bend that seems to go on for absolutely ever. Through a couple of quick left hand kink past the short track pits, and Sean's up on his previous best time by 0.1 of a second. Through this tight right. Short straight left-hander uphill, easy to run wide here and get on the grass and make a mess of it, as we saw. I think it was Manos and possibly Captain Slow 2 earlier on. Down to this tight right and left. So Captain Slow's gone into the pits. There we go, and there's a lap of Alsace Village on board with Sean in his Audi R8. Now we're on board with Zoe. Little way, distance ahead of the two Seans, chasing down Pickles in his Porsche. So Pickles and Zoe are having a battle for 6th and 7th. Then you got Pickles here in 6th. So he's going to have to stop again, which will probably drop him back behind Zoe. George running in 5th. Yeah, a little way ahead of Pickles. And a bit of a distance behind Matt, who's now out on hards. So Matt's probably got enough there to go to the end of the race. Manos running in 3rd with the Nissan. Bit of a lead over Matt there. Richie running in 2nd. He's gonna have to stop again. Will that drop him back into the Manos Matt battle potentially? So there we go. Pickles is in. So that should jump Zoe up. There we are. Zoe's jumped up to 6th. So Pickles will come out. There we go. So they're pretty close. Yep, there we go. 6th and 7th. So hopefully this may turn in. What tyres are they on? So Pickles is on the soft, Zoe's on the mediums. Okay, and they both similar amounts of fuel. So that will be one to keep an eye on. George running there. He's pitted. He was on the softs, gone out in the mediums. Matt on the hards, running in 4th there. Manos in 3rd on the mediums. So I think chances of Matt catching Manos, who's the quicker driver, and he's on the slightly softer tyre as well. So I think Manos 3, Matt 4. Richie is 2nd on medium, but he's going to have to stop. When he does, it will be close as to whether Manos... So Richie's just coming up to the right-hander. Manos is just coming out of turn 1. That could be close. Dan is Billy no mates, all out on his own. No one around him, no one to race. Just a really, really nice position to be in. So Dan is still on the soft tyre, half a tank of fuel. Gonna have to stop again because those tyres won't get through the next 8.5 minutes. So possibly just a quick stop for tyres only for Dan. Probably switch to the mediums. Could actually go for another set of softs if he wanted to. They would get through 8 minutes. So we're doing not far off of 2-minute laps, and we know soft tyres are good for 5 or 6 laps. So yeah, Dan could probably stop and take another set of softs. But the safe option with the lead that Dan's got there, Richie's going to have to stop again. So Dan's basically looking at Manos potentially in 3rd. So Dan goes over, going to go and do another lap. So Richie just coming through the last S section. Will he pop into the pits? Yep, there we go. So I don't think Richie's taken the soft tyres yet. So Richie looks like he may have got this spot on. So new set of tyres, half a tank of fuel. And what does Richie go for? Richie goes for the soft side. There we go. He's come out right in front of Manos. It was really, really close. Perfectly timed pit stop there from Richie. So we've got Richie and Manos running 2nd and 3rd. This will be an interesting fight to the end. So Richie's on the faster tyre. I would say of these two drivers, Manos is probably the slightly quicker of the two. There's not much in it though, but he's on the slightly harder tyres, on the mediums instead of the soft. So this will be a good fight to the finish. So we've got 6.5 minutes left. So 3, maybe 4 laps for these guys. So we're keeping an eye on that. Matt running in fourth. George running in a lonely sort of fifth in the Ferrari. And then we've got the Zoe and Pickles battle for 6th and 7th here. We've got a couple of battles going on now. We've got Richie and Manos fighting for 2nd and 3rd. Matt's on his own in 4th. George on his own in 5th. There we go. Dan's pitted. Let's have a look, see what Dan does with tyres and fuel. He might need to top up just a little bit. Yeah, sure enough, tops up just over half a tank. And Dan's out on a set of hards. So we see if Richie's on his soft. Let's see if that gap comes down. So Richie looks like he's managed to break away from Manos, who still holds that fastest lap at a 1:47.494. So has Richie got enough time to close that gap to Dan? 5 minutes left. Dan's on hards, Richie's on soft. This is going to be close. So we see Dan through the right hander. Where's Richie? Just coming through the right hander now. So I don't know how much of a lead that Dan's got there, but Richie will be a lot quicker than Dan. Richie chucking it around. That might just be down to the lag that Richie unfortunately seems to be experiencing during this race. So we just about see Dan going through that sweepy right, which Richie's coming to now. So I thought it was going to be a battle between Richie and Manos to the end. It looks like it might be a battle between Dan and Richie to the end, not Manos, but Richie's got to close that gap down. So Dan's just going through the uphill left-hander now. Richie's just coming out of the tight right-hander and going through the left-hander now. So this could be close. Manos there in 3rd, so Richie's pulled away from Manos in 3rd, so 3rd place looks on the cards for Manos. Matt running it in 4th. George running in 5th, so 3rd, 4th and 5th look fairly well settled. 6th is Zoe, 7th is Pickles. Zoe's gonna have enough to get to the end of the race. Pickles may well have to make another pit stop. That left front tyre is looking very sorry, it's starting to look very sorry for itself. So I think Zoe might be okay for 6th. How close is Captain Slow? So no, Pickles will be alright to stop and come out in 7th. So Captain Slow there running in 8th. 9th is Sean, 10th is Sean. So Captain Slow's got a little bit of a lead, but the two Seans are still pretty close together, as we can see. So there we go, both in the same shot. Esky Boy a little way off the back of them. AK 12. Ming is 13. Adam in 14th is making way for Dan, who's leading. Well done, Adam. And Fee in 15th. So is Richie closing down on Dan? Let's have a look. So coming up towards the end of the lap, we've got 2 minutes left. So there's going to be 2 laps left. So Richie just coming through the left. Dan just you just see them there. Dan going through turn 1. And we've got Adam there who's coming up to be lapped by Richie, and Richie just. So will Richie catch Dan? Although Richie's fuel light is on, which is not great with 2 laps to go. Manos has got plenty of fuel. He's on the medium tyres, so tyres and fuel aren't an issue for Manos. Richie's on the soft tyre and his fuel light's on with about 1.5 laps to go. You can see Dan just going through the right-hander that Richie's coming to now. Manos is lurking in the background, just gone past Adam. So this is all starting to kind of concertina up right at the end of the race. Matt running in 4th there. George in 5th. So certainly 4th and 5th look settled. Zoe in 6th. Has Pickles? No. Pickles has now got no left front tyre tread left. So he will be dropping back from Zoe quite considerably. He's basically got no grip on that tyre, as you can see, but he has got a really decent lead, and we've got a battle for 8th and 9th. GERC Sean has managed just to nip in front of Captain Slow there, so he's got himself up to 8th, Captain Slow 9th, and the other Sean in 10th. Have to start calling them Sean 1 and Sean 2. So we've got a yellow flag there who's potentially gone off. Maybe Fee just making way for them. It's very kind of Fee to do that for them. Yep, there's Fee just letting them all past. So Manos has taken 2nd. So I'm guessing that Richie was probably low on fuel and potentially ran out. Let's have a look. So let's go back. So there's Richie in 2nd. Oh, and he stops just before the line, and Manos just nips him. Manos just nips him. Richie knew he didn't have enough fuel to get round the last lap, and he just backed off just before the line, but Manos just nicked it. That would have been really, really close. George has gone up to 4th, and Matt's dropped back to 5th, so something happened to Matt as well. Zoe running in 6th, so George has finished 4th. Matt 5th, here comes Zoe through the left to finish 6th. Pickles has absolutely got no left front tyre left at all. So, oh, there we go, off he goes. There's just absolutely no grip on the front end of that Porsche now. Both front tyres absolutely gone. Zoe's coming through to finish 6th. We've got Pickles coming through. He's got a massive lead though over GERC Sean. So Pickles comes through 7th. Sean 8th. So Sean 1 in 8th, Sean 2 in 9th. Captain Slow unfortunately dropped down to 10th. Esky Boys finished 11th. Who's going to get 9th and 10th? Let's have a watch. So Sean 2 taking 9. Captain Slow 10th. Esky 11th. AK 12. Ming 13. Adam 14. Fee 15. And congratulations, Dan, on taking the win. So the great race there from everybody, and I look forward to seeing you all next time, where we'll be racing Formula One cars round the Red Bull Ring. Cheers for now.